Hello, and welcome back to the Kyle Davis Show. In this video, I would like to talk about women's soccer. So, the women's soccer team won the big championship. Fantastic. Great. Oh boy, I'm not sure what happened there. And they won, great job. But then something else happened, and they decided to chant and demand equal pay. And okay, they want equal pay. Let's look at some numbers. So in 2015, the women's soccer generated $73 million, and players got 13% of that. So, revenue is ticket sales and merchandise and speeding and all that stuff. How much did you spend to support a team, right? Well, in 2018, the men's soccer team generated over $6 billion. And here's the kicker. Men only received how much? Yes, how much do you think men received? At least 13%, right? They got at least 13, if not 15 or 20, 25%. How much do you think they got? Well, if you said 9%, you'd be right. Men only received 9% of the $6 billion that were generated. Think about that for a second. Oh, and I don't remember if I said this. The statistic for the 2000 or the 6 billion was in 2018. I could not find, for the life of me, a more recent statistic than $73 million for the women's in 2015. I couldn't find anything newer than that. People are just too outraged by the inequality to show that. But think about that for a second. In 2015, women received the revenue was $73 million, and players got 13% of the cut. In 2015, men received $6 billion in revenue and got 9% of the cut. How is that fair? It's not. How is it fair that women are screaming for equal pay in sports when that is solely generated by the consumer? Let's take a look at the consumer for a second. Okay, both these statistics are for 2018. Okay. Last year, there was an average of 6,000 people at any one game. How much do you think it was for the men? Probably a lot more, right? Yeah. it was 22,000. So that's generated, again, by the consumer, who is willing to spend their money and where. It has nothing to do with sexism. It has nothing to do with men versus women. It's just who is willing to spend their money where. Now, here's the other issue, is that it's a fact that men are generally stronger than women. It's just a fact. Men tend to play more aggressively. It's just how it is. That's why men's soccer, that's partly why men's soccer generates more money. It's because people like to see how the men play. It's the opinion of the general public that they're wanting to see the men play more than the women. And so, if you want to get outraged at someone, get outraged at the consumer, not the sport, not the organization, because they don't determine how much money they're going to get. They don't determine what money is coming from where. They can funnel the money, they can channel the money however they want, but they are dependent on the consumer. And so they're only getting so much percent of what they can completely generate, right? So the problem is, though, is that there's an unequal percent in there's an unequal percent in the salary, in what people are making. And so there's only two ways to make it quote unquote equal. You increase the percentage of how much women are getting from that cut, or you decrease the percent in which men are making. Or you could do both, I suppose. You could both decrease what men are making and increase what women are making. I mean, I suppose that's an option. But then here's the other... Oh well, I really don't care. The other issue now that we're running into is that AOC, along with lots of other people, are demanding that women get paid twice as much. How is that even fair? If women are paid twice as much just for being women, how is that not sexist? How is that not discriminatory against the men? You can't just... Oh boy. Where can I sleep next? Yeah, I can sleep there. How is it not fair that the women get paid twice as much just for being women? That they quote unquote won the cup, they won the championship, when the men didn't even make it to the qualifying rounds, or they never qualified for their championship. Again, the reason is that the men's teams are so much more competitive. It's harder to play in men's sports than it is women's. That's a fact. Otherwise, why would it be... Why, like, in the recent couple of months where men were trans, I think it's trans women, so men who transitioned to women were in, I'm pretty sure it was the track and field sports, and beat every record in the women's track and field sports at high school and stuff. And there are trans women, men who became women, breaking weightlifting records and all kinds of stupid stuff like that. Because biological men who claim to be women were allowed to compete in women's sports. That's why there were women who were saying it was unfair for men to compete. It was unfair for men to compete in women's sports because men are so much stronger and they're more competitive. And if you put a women's soccer team up against a men's soccer team, I guarantee you they'd lose every time. They might get 1 win or 2 wins out of, I don't know, say 10. It would be terrible. But, that would never happen. Oh, wait. It did. In 2017, only a couple of years ago now, did the U.S. women's soccer team play, and it was a scrimmage, mind you. Okay, fine, it was a scrimmage, but the women's soccer team played against a group of 14-year-old boys and lost. They lost. Oh no, the score was close. I'm sure the score was close. No, not at all. 5-2. With the 14-year-old boys getting 5 points and the women only getting 2 points. They lost. It's not sexism, it's fact. So again, I don't think that if you put a woman, I think if you put a women's team up against a men's team, the women's team would lose every time, or the huge majority. All right, and with that, I'm going to say goodbye, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.